GuineaPigDan, how long have you been roommates of sorts with Peter the cat? Well, I guess there's two ways you could ask this question. If you mean that Peter over there, it would have been since 2015, so 10 years. I just realized I didn't do anything special for like 10 years of Peter or something. But if you mean Peter the cat, the character, as in cartoon, like I should get like the first drawing I ever did of Peter. I have it somewhere in one of my old sketchbooks. I have notes here from, I think, art college that I haven't looked at in ages, but well, I can at least tell. Well, my first drawing here is dated January 18th, 2010, so... Oh, wait, I have a drawing dated a few days earlier, December 26th, 2009, so maybe I was given this as a Christmas present? This would have been like 3 months after I joined DeviantArt. It's like an old drawing of Pepper before he ballooned in weight. And, yeah, this would have been when I first learned about the furry fandom. And, I wrote a slogan for myself, something like, as if DeviantArt didn't have enough furries. This would have been 2009, and that's Domino back when he used to have longer legs. But in here somewhere, I have my first drawing of Peter I ever did. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I do not know what the fuck I was doing here with Cinnamon's neck. Like, that is a disturbingly long neck. And on this page, I was trying to draw Optic Sunflower from Mega Man X8, which is kind of funny because this would have, what, 2010? I had not yet played Mega Man X8. I just seen gameplay footage on YouTube or something. Oh, wow. The drawing I was trying to do of Toothless. I don't know if I ever uploaded this, but it's like supposed to be Toothless lighting Joe Mallard's cigarette. I'm not sure what this is supposed... Oh, this here is like, I guess, a thumbnail I did for a storyboarding assignment, because now I recognize what... Actually, wait, no, this isn't from storyboarding. This was I think a storyboard I did for a computer project, and I don't really like animating in 3D. That was not a project I really liked. Oh, this is an interesting drawing here. I think that's supposed to be Pepper, and he's like... I don't know what he's trying to pull, like a garbage bag or something? Like, I kind of do like the pose there a bit. Maybe I could remake that, although... Maybe I would, since Pepper is like a lot fatter now, maybe I should remake it with like one of my other dog characters that's thinner, like Chuck or my son dog Perry. Like, I see drawings here that I later colored. Like right here, I have a drawing of... Oh. I'm gonna have to cover something. I wrote someone's phone number down here, so I'm not gonna reveal that. But this drawing of Midnight here, he's supposed to be the smart guinea pig. That became, like something I called Midnight's Galactic. It was something with an outer space background. I don't remember what I called it. Oh wow. And this was a drawing I did for someone, drawing his Sonic OC punching out Sonichu. I don't know why, like for some reason I drew Sonichu on the next page. Yeah, this is dated April 30th, 2011. Yeah, that I drew that like only knowing that Sonichu was a really bad webcomic. I wasn't aware that there was a whole stalker cult around Chris Chan at the time. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing like there's my first drawing of James the Red Panda. Yeah, there's a memory trip. Or what's it saying? A trip down memory lane, yeah. Oh, here we go. Finally! Here we go. Dated August 13th, 2011. My first drawing of Peter ever. Along with a commission I did for someone. Yeah, but it's Peter, like, playing an N64. So I guess you could say... So Peter, first created 2011. Peter actually moving into my house happened in 2015. Thanks to the help of Luno Volpe's doing some occultic rituals to bring a furry character into the 3D world. Peter gets real like Garfield gets real. Oh, difference for you've never heard of Sonichu. Well, I guess I'll just summarize it that it's a really bad webcomic, and people got way too obsessed with the person who created Sonichu. I'll just leave it at that. If you want to learn more about the very terrible tale of Sonichu, there's like an entire 85-part documentary by Gino Samuel going into way too much detail about it.
This is GuineaPigDan. This stream clip is only a few minutes long, so I thought I'd make an addendum and talk about the creation of Peter the Cat in more detail. I already had one cat character named Raymond. I think I made him for an animation project in college in 2009, but Raymond is a more toony cat character. I was following several furry artists like Analon and Scott Fabianek, aka Artmutt, the artist for the furry comic Circles. Sorry if I didn't say his last name correctly. They drew furry characters that were more anthro and human-like, and it made me want to try making a furry character of my own that was also more anthro. By the way, I got Scott to draw Peter in 2015, and I really like this drawing, having one of my inspirations actually draw the character they inspired in their own style. Around 2010, I took another animation class where I designed some new characters, my platypus Shank, and a leopard character named Lyle. The class liked Shank the best, though, so I used Shank for those animated projects. However, on the side, I developed Lyle to be my first attempt at a more human-like furry character. After a while in 2011, I decided I want to make a new anthro character that was a regular house cat. Peter the Cat would be a combination of being inspired by both anthro furry art but also older toony characters. Garfield was one of my favorite comic strips as a kid, and I wanted this new cat character to be kind of an homage. So the first design idea I had was to give this character striped fur and make them chubby like Garfield. Now obviously I'm not going to make this cat orange like Garfield and look too similar, so I took some inspiration from another cartoon cat, Tom from Tom and Jerry. This cat character would have Tom's gray fur, white muzzle, hands, chest, and feet paws, and stripes like Garfield. Since this cat character I was designing was gray and had stripes, I thought it would make most sense to make this cat character a tabby breed. So the final touch to this cat's design I was making was to add an M-shaped forehead marking that tabbies usually have. The stripes are actually blue and not pure dark gray. I did that to make the stripes stand out more and not have the character be dominated by too many neutral colors. My first sketch of this new cat character had him sitting on the end of a bed and playing N64. I think the sketch was based on photo refs of myself acting this pose out, holding an N64 controller in the dark, with the TV illuminating me. I wanted to make the scene look like this gamer cat was playing in a dark room at night, and these photos helped me when I started to color the drawing and add highlights and shadows. For the colored version, I redrew the cat's eyelids to be half closed and put heavy shadows around them to make him look more tired. And now I needed to give this cat a name. I thought about my own Catholic upbringing and remembered that I once read somewhere that in artwork, the apostle Judas Iscariot was sometimes depicted with cats near him to symbolize his fickle and untrustworthy nature. But I didn't want to name this cat Judas. Instead, I named him Peter, who's regarded as the first pope in Catholicism, and in church tradition it's said that he didn't want to die in the same way as Jesus, so he was crucified upside down. So a weird Catholic in-joke for me, taking an animal that represents the worst apostle, but giving him the name of the most important one. I can't decide if this is an homage or a parody of Catholicism. Kind of both, I guess. I mentioned Garfield and Tom as influences, but there was one more influence on Peter's design, and it came from an artist I followed on DeviantArt named Andrew Dickman. Please note that Peter's creation took place in 2011, a few years before several ex-partners made allegations of certain behavior against Dickman in 2015. I didn't know at the time. Andrew made this cat persona character for himself named Andy Cat, and Andy Cat kind of gave me an idea of how to make a cat furry character, and I guess influenced how I designed Peter. While Peter wore a button-up shirt and shorts in his first drawing, in subsequent drawings, I draw Peter with a collared shirt and long sleeves and long pants, similar to Andy Cat. However, I did make a few subtle differences. Andy Cat was drawn thin, but I draw Peter looking kind of chubby, a bit of the Garfield influence on him. Andy Cat wore a cross necklace, but Peter, fitting with the saint he was named after, would occasionally wear an upside-down cross necklace. The inverted cross was originally a symbol of St. Peter, but then got changed into a satanic symbol by heavy metal musicians. I liked how this symbol had a double meaning. Again, I'm not sure whether this could be seen as an homage or a parody of Andrew Dickman's character. While in art college, I met a comic book artist named Craig Thompson, the creator of comics like Blankets and Habibi, and I got his autograph and a selfie, and I distinctly remembered he wore some sort of vest over his shirt. As a little homage to Thompson, I started to draw Peter wearing a similar vest, which evolved into a sweater vest, so slowly, Peter did start to evolve away from looking like Andy Cat. Now I'm okay with drawing Peter wearing short pants, or shirts with shorter sleeves. Peter has had quite the evolution, similar to how Garfield has changed a lot since his first debut in 1978. Or is it in 1976? I don't know. I look forward to doing more with Peter in the future. Thank you to everyone who watched this video and watching me search for my first drawing of Peter and listen to me talk about his origins. Maybe in future streams I'll talk about the origins of some of my other characters.